Hey goal-getters, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about what it looks like to earn your income. So if you've been with Goalgetter for any period of time, you probably know how I feel about work. Our work is service. We are adding value to the lives of other people, and then our companies are paying us what they think our service is worth. Dan Miller, author of 48 Days to the Work You Love, says this: whenever we're working, we are creating value. We're delivering value to other people, and then they show us their gratitude by giving us little green sheets of paper. So these little green sheets of paper, also known as your salary, your income, that is what we receive for the value that we add. So whenever we're talking about your salary, let's talk about what your salary does not take into account. Your salary doesn't take into account a new house that you bought with a mortgage payment that you weren't expecting. Your salary doesn't take into account the car payment that you have. Your salary doesn't take into account the fact that you just had a new baby. Technically, your company really shouldn't care about any of that anyway. Technically, they shouldn't be concerned about anything that happens outside of the walls of their organization. Luckily, lots of great companies do care about that part of their employees' lives, but when you're considering your salary, that doesn't have anything to do with what's going on in your life. Your salary really doesn't have anything to do with your personal life, but it has everything to do with what you're doing and what you're contributing during your working hours. Let's talk about what does qualify us to earn a salary. Let me tell you a story about somebody I used to work with a while ago. Pretty much every time I would talk to her at work, she would just say, "I've got an MBA. I've been in the workforce for 15 years and I can't believe they're only paying me this much. They should be paying me much more." And then I would just sit there silently because really, like, how do you respond to that? Like, please, someone tell me, how would you respond to that? But anyway, one thing that I learned from those super awkward conversations was it made me really think about those outside forces. You know, it really made me think about, when are we more qualified to earn more money? So let's address the first argument, the argument of, I've got an MBA. I actually just recently graduated with my MBA, and there were lots of long nights, there were lots of tears, there was lots of stress, there were a lot of sacrifices. But the MBA in itself, the degree that I earned in itself, does not qualify me to earn more money. Hopefully, the MBA will result in increased knowledge, that education will result in increased experience, and will therefore translate to creating more value in the workforce. But unless it translates into more value, the MBA in itself shouldn't mean anything. The next argument that she had, I've been in the workforce for 15 years, is what she would say to me. Length of work in itself should not result in a higher salary. I might get a lot of flack for that, but have you ever heard of the concept equal pay for equal work? If somebody has been in a position for, let's say, 15 years, they are adding as much value, they are doing as much work as they did on their very first day, they should be making as much as they made on their very first day. Some people who've been working for 15 years really do have 15 years of experience, but some people who've been working for 15 years have 1 year of experience 15 times. So there are people in companies that can actually calculate how much money they're bringing in. They can calculate what they are doing to affect the bottom line, and they can take that number and compare it to the number that they're earning, and that way they can see if they're earning their income. There are also people like myself who don't directly affect the bottom line. I don't make product and I don't interact with our customers. I'm in a service function where I work to increase the quality of life for the people that do interact with customers, the people that do make our product. So for those of us who are in service positions, the pressure is on us to make sure that we are working to help our coworkers be of the highest possible caliber, so that when they in turn are creating product and talking to customers, they are doing the best that they can do. As a person in a service role, I need to make sure that I am adding value to my coworkers that they can't easily add themselves. If there's anything that I can do to make their lives easier, I'm gonna wanna do it, because I wanna make sure that they are freed up to do the thing that brings our company money. Another thing that I, as an employee in a service position, can do is make sure that what I'm doing is done as inexpensively as possible. I'm always looking for ways to cut costs to make sure that I'm not spending extra money. The less money that my projects take, the more money my company can call a profit. So we've talked about the difference between work that adds value and work that's just pushing papers around. So what I would want to challenge you to do is try and figure out how much you're actually earning. Try to compare the numbers that you're bringing in to the numbers that you're being paid and see if there's a difference between those two numbers, you know? See if you're actually earning your salary. If your number for how much you're saving, how much money you're bringing into the company is bigger than your actual salary, it's time to ask for a raise. If it's less, then you need to see what you can do to start actually earning the money that you're being paid. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd love to hear your feedback and your comments, so if you have any thoughts, write them down below. If you like this video and you want to see more from me, make sure to subscribe and then click that little bell next to the subscribe. That way you'll get notifications every time I have a new video. Post new stuff every Thursday. Also, be sure to check out my website. It's www.beagoalgetter.net. I'm on social media, on Facebook at GoalGetters Unite, and on Instagram at GoalGetter Insta. I post there probably once a day. So if you want to see more from me, make sure to check out those other places. Thanks for watching.